No rules, no limits, no filters. Welcome to another episode of Unrestricted, where we speak about everything, and I mean everything. Today we'll be speaking about the languages of love. I'm your host, Rachel Rain, and today we'll be discussing one of the most important aspects of a relationship, which are the 5 love languages. So let's get down to the basics. What are love languages? This idea or concept was developed by Dr. Gary Chapman, who identified 5 types of love languages. These love languages establish how people give and receive love. The first being words of affirmation. Words of affirmation identify people who give and receive love in the form of verbal or written words. Second, acts of service. The person who prefers this love language shows or better receives love based on thoughtful acts. Third, receiving gifts. This kind of person prefers to show their love by giving gifts or being shown love by being given gifts. Fourth, quality time. This is pretty self-explanatory. The person who appreciates quality time is a person who will feel loved by receiving undivided attention. Finally, fifth, physical touch. This kind of love is shown through affection, holding hands, hugging, etc., etc. Everyone has their own primary love language, the way they easily show love and the way they preferred to feel loved. And this takes me to my next point. Love languages are like any other language. Imagine you and your partner are travelers. One is fluent in French, the other Japanese. You guys try to communicate via hand gestures, maybe try and guess what the other one is saying, but at the end of the day, you're not really going to understand what the other person is saying if you don't take the time to learn a little bit of each other's languages. Well, love languages are the same. If you're speaking different love languages, no matter how much you care, no matter how much you love the person, your message will not come across if you're not trying to communicate in your partner's love language. I think that analogy kind of gives you an idea of why love languages are important, but let's dive a little bit deeper into why love languages are so important to relationships. Love languages help you understand each other. Just like any other language, learning a few of the words will help make traveling smoother. Same in love languages. If your partner only feels loved through quality time, but you're busy showering them with gifts, they're not going to feel loved because that's not how they receive love best. Learning their love language bridges the gap. Just like any other language, love languages take time and effort to learn. If you're not speaking the same language as your partner, or at least trying to, your partner will never feel loved. Love is about speaking in a way your partner understands, so be sure to put in the effort to learn what your partner needs in order to feel loved. Not communicating in the right love language to your partner can also cause a lot of miscommunication. If I am showering my partner with a lot of affection, but their love language is receiving gifts, they're going to feel unloved and neglected because I am not communicating in their language. So that's going to bring up miscommunication where I am showing my love and telling them I love them, but they're not feeling like it. When you are finally communicating the same love language, it builds a stronger connection in the relationship. When you communicate in the love language that resonates with your partner, it makes them feel valued, it makes them feel recognized and obviously loved. Just like when they start to speak your love language, you also feel appreciated and loved. So do the same for your partner. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where are you going to find the time to learn another language, etc., etc.? It's not that hard. Here are a few steps that can help you get the ball rolling and build a stronger connection in your relationship. Number 1, observe your partner's behavior. See how they're trying to communicate their love for you. If they're doing acts of services for you, maybe that's a way that they also receive love better. So maybe you can start doing acts of services for them. Maybe it's a cup of tea in the morning. Maybe it's helping them hang up washing or cook. So just take a step back and observe how your partner is trying to communicate their love to you. You can also be direct and just ask them what their love language is. How do they feel like they're appreciated and loved? I feel like this is the best way to identify what your partner's love language is. Instead of passing valuable time trying to figure it out, open communication is always best in a relationship. And of course, you have to make a conscious effort. Once you've learned their love languages, you have to put in the effort to act on their love language. Make them that cup of tea if acts of service is their love language. Hold their hand if their love language is affection, so just put in that effort to make them feel loved. Be patient and flexible. Just like any other language, it takes time. It may not feel comfortable at first, but you will get used to it and it will become a natural thing to you, and I can guarantee that your partner will appreciate you so much more for it. So with this, I hope that you can build a stronger relationship with your partner. Love languages are an interesting thing and it does take time, and be patient with each other. Relationships require a lot of patience as much as understanding each other's love languages. That's a wrap for today on speaking the language of love. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, give it a like, subscribe. I'll definitely be posting more content around relationships and how you can better maintain them. I'll be discussing friendships as well as romantic relationships, so stay tuned. Bye for now.